Matthew Jed Hall left his Idaho Falls home in January 2018, then vanished. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. We begin with a mystery that just keeps getting more intriguing.
That's right. Today, Caitlin Miklos spoke to a private investigator who's taking on the case. He's shedding new light on what happened right before Jed Hall stole his family's car and disappeared in the middle of the night.
Hall, last seen in this security footage on January 22nd in 2018, shows him breaking into American Heritage Charter School at around 2:30 that morning. 4 hours later, his parents report him missing. He's seen leaving a note, a necklace, and about $1,000 in cash for a girl he believed was being molested by a family member. Later that morning, someone opened fire on the home of that accused family member. Private investigators convinced Hall was behind that drive-by shooting, but police are not confirming. Hall's parents hired private investigators James Terry 7 weeks ago after leads were left open.
There's a lot of reasons that I'm not going to give up on this, but more importantly, I gave my word. He is never, ever, ever going to be able to rest easy as long as he's missing.
He says Hall is still alive and living off the grid. Idaho Falls police now enlisting the help of the Forest Service, Fish and Game, and even dive teams in the expansive multi-state search. But Terry says they're looking in the wrong places.
This is 27 months later. That car isn't on the road anymore. That car is in somebody's garage. That car is in, if he is deceased, it's at the bottom of a lake, I get it. But if they believe he's alive like I do, then that car was placed somewhere.
Officials say Hall fled with several firearms and tactical survival gear.
Jed Hall was as good at military training at his age and as good at civil air patrol and camping and hunting and survival at 15, 16 years old as LeBron James was at basketball.
Terry says classmates who never spoke with police are now coming forward.
He had an A group of friends, he had a B group of friends.
Divulging two drastically different sides of Hall's motives.
He basically was so incredibly in tune to people being questioned that in the two group of friends, he gave it complete opposite stories.
Hall left behind a suicide note and a notebook at his home, but Terry believes this was left as a ploy.
You don't know what to believe. See, there's two sides to this. You don't take 14 pairs of underwear if you're going to blow your head off with a deer rifle, right?
Right now, Terry's tracking down a second notebook he says disappeared from Hall's unlocked school locker. He says holds the key to where Hall is today.
But there was a notebook in that class and in that school and in that locker that is now missing. And I believe that was the real notebook as to what he was going to do.
Terry's now upping the reward to $20,000 for anyone who can tell investigators where Hall is.
Prove to me that you're alive, call local law enforcement, give them something that nobody else would know, and it's over. I will never, ever stop, ever, until this kid's found.
In Idaho Falls, I'm Caitlin Miklos.
Now, we'll post Terry's number on localnews8.com. Yesterday, the Idaho Falls police said its investigation into Hall's disappearance is still open, and they continue to follow up on any leads that they get.